Hi guys, welcome back to, I believe, episode number 28 of the Bounty Hunter origin story. Hostile Takeover is one of the last missions related to the classic storyline for this class, and for that we're traveling to Corellia. Ooh, 1600, damn, you're contested. Nice, I love that. Fortunately, if I remember correctly, it forever remains contested. That's not really important. So, the description of the quest has changed. Now we have to talk to a general. General Crow will be our next target. Well, next guy to give us our next target. You get my point. I love that bug. It happens a lot. You saw what I was talking about? That flash during the load screen. Okay, short cinematic of me landing on the planet. Well, actually not even landing, just flying to the planet. Now we have to go find the general. Since I've played this many years ago, I don't remember where the general is. We'll have to rely to them to find him on the map. I didn't tell you in the previous video, not in the last, in the previous video why I decided to, well, I told you bits and pieces of why I decided to revive and complete the series. That's the planetary story arc. We don't want to do it for this walkthrough at least, but it's really good and interesting and everybody should do it at least once. So one of the obvious reasons is, as I told you in the previous video, I wanted to finish it so I don't leave something uncompleted. I hate not finishing my job, not my job, but the things I do, both in real life and here on my online activities. And obviously another reason is to see again the story, because I haven't done it in a very long time. And the third reason is because at the time of publishing these videos I will be away from home, visiting my brother and his firstborn son in London. So I wanted to have something to keep you around and entertained while I was gone for a week.
Friendly.
Let's get on with this, bounty hunter. I've troops to deploy. Darth Tormund demands that I dispatch you to capture Chairman Harlan Fane of the Corellian Corporate Council.
Where can I find Chairman Fane?
Fane and the other representatives have locked themselves up in their council tower in defiance of Imperial rule. His exact location isn't known, but it is likely that he and the other senior representatives are holed up in the tower's upper executive offices.
Get me a shuttle and I'll take things from the top.
The anti-aircraft coverage over in Corporation Island would atomize you immediately. Ground assault is the only option. Resistance will be heavy, but the Council Tower has several structural weaknesses we can exploit. The only thing stopping you from accessing the tower through the main lobby is sheer manpower.
So what you mean is, nothing's preventing me from accessing the tower.
If battling heavily entrenched soldiers one flight of stairs at a time is no trouble, be my guest. The executive suites have a private lift that will bypass most of the intervening levels. It'll require an access key used by senior staff. Also, unless you'd like to be trapped inside a lift shaft, you'll need to attack the tower's security center and disable their lift override controls.
If there's nothing else, General, I'd like to get started.
Once those objectives have been completed, you should have a straight shot to the upper levels. And remember, you're to deliver Chairman Fane alive and intact. Dismissed.
You know what's funny? Sometimes the characters don't exactly say what I think they would say or what I want them to say in these cutscenes. But in cases like this one, come on, General, just let me start the mission. That's exactly what I was thinking. Good job. Good job, Bioware. Good job, Burzo. Good job, everybody. Okay, Corellia is divided into what I used to call islands. Obviously, they are not islands; they're just different parts of the whole planet, because the whole planet was, at the time of at this timeline, was a huge giant city, which is currently disputed between the Empire and the Republic. It's the type of conflict that's been missing from the game for several years now, and I really love the fact that I have a chance to replay it again and just enjoy the never-ending conflict between Empire and the Republic in one version or another. Plus, Corellia might be a damn maze if you want and have to explore it fully, but it's also a very beautiful one. Look at that.
Okay.
Did you know that this happens? Yeah, it happens everywhere. With small exceptions, obviously, but almost everywhere there is some kind of hazard effect. Once you walk on top or under it, that would happen. Way back in 2011, 2012, when I was leveling my first characters here on Corellia, I used to stop and pick up my Orabesh list and start translating various signs, advertisements, posters, and everything that you can and will find here on the planet. Just on the streets, on the walls, and signs, and everywhere.
Welcome. Please select an available travel route.
Is that the place where we do the datacron? Maybe not. There is one very nasty datacrons involve jumping from a ledge, very similar looking like to this one. Not really sure if it's the same one, probably not. But since I've done the datacrons many years ago, I'm happy to say I don't have to do them again. They're fun, but for me, the platform element of datacron hunting is not exactly the most appealing. Probably because I'm not a very good platformer by default.
Right? Try to be more careful.
Oh, let's kill a bunch of enemies and take the corporate security chief's passkey. Oh, hey guys. Will I be able to take you out with one shot? No, you're too strong for my gear. You might notice that I took away an ability and I moved it all the way right over here because it's a useless ability that's not supposed to be used when you play Arsenal Mercenary. I kept it accessible because sometimes at low level I would find myself just out of abilities to be used. But then it's better to just spam the default action instead of missile blast, because it will just burn through my resources like crazy. And in this case it's actually building heat, not burning resources, but we get it. There is one good side, well, there is probably more than one, but I personally can't really find any other positives about the level 70 token boost. It's that you can have a full rotation available to yourself and go back to do the original storylines while also being level synced. So you still have all the abilities and you can train and test the proper ability priorities. I don't want to say rotation. I hate that word, but that could actually be really useful. So you're at the same time training yourself, learning the ability priorities, and also enjoying the storylines, which are by far the best part of the game. Even if you've played through them a second time, you'll see different things. They're a little bit longer though. Lately I don't really have enough time span. Maybe attention span is more appropriate to play longer things. But at the time of releasing this video, I'm also releasing another separate walkthrough series for a very different game that I've encountered recently and I fell in love with it. It's called Hellblade: Senua's Sacrifice. If you haven't seen or heard it before, take a look at the series that I'm publishing. I've had so much fun playing through this game. It's a completely different and unique adventure. And of course, if you don't like it, you don't have to. That's the chief, who's probably going to drop the item I need. Hi guys, welcome back to, I believe, episode number 28 of the Bounty Hunter origin story. Hostile Takeover is one of the last missions related to the classic storyline for this class, and for that we're traveling to Corellia. Ooh, 1600, damn, you're contested. Nice, I love that. Fortunately, if I remember correctly, it forever remains contested. That's not really important. So, the description of the quest has changed. Now we have to talk to a general. General Crow will be our next target. Well, next guy to give us our next target. You get my point. I love that bug. It happens a lot. You saw what I was talking about? That flash during the load screen. Okay, short cinematic of... Hi guys, welcome back to, I believe, episode number 28 of the Bounty Hunter origin story. Hostile Takeover is one of the last missions related to the classic storyline for this class, and for that we're traveling to Corellia. Ooh, 1600, damn, you're contested. Nice, I love that. Fortunately, if I remember correctly, it forever remains contested. That's not really important. So, the description of the quest has changed. Now we have to talk to a general. General Crow will be our next target. Well, next guy to give us our next target. You get my point. I love that bug. It happens a lot. You saw what I was talking about? That flash during the load screen. Okay, short cinematic of me landing on the planet. Well, actually not even landing, just flying to the planet. Now we have to go find the general. Since I've played this many years ago, I don't remember where the general is. We'll have to rely to them to find him on the map. I didn't tell you in the previous video, not in the last, in the previous video, why I decided to, well, I told you bits and pieces of why I decided to revive and complete the series. That's the planetary story arc. We don't want to do it for this walkthrough at least, but it's really good and interesting and everybody should do it at least once. So one of the obvious reasons is, as I told you in the previous video, I wanted to finish it so I don't leave something uncompleted. I hate not finishing my job, not my job, but the things I do, both in real life and here on my online activities. And obviously another reason is to see again the story, because I haven't done it in a very long time. And the third reason is because at the time of publishing these videos I will be away from home, visiting my brother and his firstborn son in London. So I wanted to have something to keep you around and entertained while I was gone for a week.
Friendly.
Let's get on with this, bounty hunter. I've troops to deploy. Darth Tormund demands that I dispatch you to capture Chairman Harlan Fane of the Corellian Corporate Council.
Where can I find Chairman Fane?
Fane and the other representatives have locked themselves up in their council tower in defiance of Imperial rule. His exact location isn't known, but it is likely that he and the other senior representatives are holed up in the tower's upper executive offices.
Get me a shuttle and I'll take things from the top.
The anti-aircraft coverage over Incorporation Island would atomize you immediately. Ground assault is the only option. Resistance will be heavy, but the Council Tower has several structural weaknesses we can exploit. The only thing stopping you from accessing the tower through the main lobby is sheer manpower.
So what you mean is, nothing's preventing me from accessing the tower.
If battling heavily entrenched soldiers one flight of stairs at a time is no trouble, be my guest. The executive suites have a private lift that will bypass most of the intervening levels. It'll require an access key used by senior staff.
And
Alright.
I still am not able to use it, damn it.
You've obtained Chairman Fane. Good. We proceed on schedule. General, see to the bounty hunter's reward.
Yes, my lord.
Our next objective is to bring Corellia's beasts to heel. You will be the one to break them.
How do you plan for me to do that?
The Corellians cohabit with a number of species. The most numerous and organized are the Selonians. The Republic needs to see the Selonians accede to the Empire. A representative must be acquired.
Never seen a Solonian. What am I looking for?
Man-sized vermin with enough intelligence to fear us. They support the rebellion from Coronet City's interstitial maintenance corridors. One particularly tenacious animal leads packs of raiders to undermine our front lines. It will make as good an example as any. General Trow will brief you on the battle plan. When you have the creature, bring it to me in Axial Park.
Planning to take it for a walk?
Do not keep me waiting.
Trying to locate the Solonian raiders in the guts of Coronet City would be almost futile. Instead, you'll target an invaluable Solonian resource and force these raiders to defend it.
What's important enough that they'd risk fighting on our terms?
Solonians rely on a small breeding caste to reproduce. With their future at stake, the Selonians will have no choice but to act. Raid the Selonian warrens under Labor Valley, take your hostages, and hold them at these coordinates.
What's so special about this section of tunnels?
It's a dead end. They'll believe they have you cornered right up to the moment you cut off their only route of escape. These shock collars will keep the alien filth in line while you lead them to the ambush coordinates. When your objective is complete, report directly to Darth Torman in Axial Park. Just follow the sound of destruction.
I have to say I'm a fan of this plan. Yay! Leveled up. Let's see what the fat one is going to give me now. Probably nothing at 52. Yeah. How about here? The next one is utility at 54. Okay. So, capture the young Selonian propagator. Oh, damn, that escape not working is just making me crazy. Capture the elder Selonian propagator and capture a matriarch. Okay. Where are these? Right. Need to travel first. Take the train, travel to the next area. Or eventually I could just... Can I? No, they are not available yet. I cannot map away there.
Vehicle paths are currently open for business.
Have you seen the map? This one? With the train? That's just absolutely lovely. I love that part of the map. And I love that they've actually designed it even though nobody ever needs it. It's just, I don't know, fluff, decoration, a visual, I don't know how to say it. Visual tease, visual gift. And we arrive at Labor Valley with another lore update. So many and so interesting ones that Bioware, I don't know why, stopped producing for the new areas. Not that we have too many new areas to visit. And I don't count them, but it feels like the new content updates don't really deliver on lore as much as the old ones did. I don't know if it's related to the legend stuff that the whole game is now based on. What the hell is this? Okay, that's probably a flashpoint, or maybe just a side mission. I'm not really sure. I don't remember. Now, because I don't have the map displayed, this is where the nightmare begins. I'm expecting there should be a passage through the south area, but we'll see in a moment. I'm not really sure. I told you, did I? In the beginning of the video, that Corellia is a big maze and not exactly very pleasant to travel through. That... Okay, never mind, I'll just push forward and see where exactly this takes me. It doesn't look like it's available as an access from here on the map, but damn it. Yeah, that's a closed door unless it's a bug. It is a closed one. Okay. Now we just travel back and we'll go this way. It's probably shorter as well. Yeah, I'm devoted to show that failure to you guys. I'm not deleting it. So then we continue up. Curious, what would happen if I walk? No, I don't have the ability to walk on the rails because of the energy wall. See? Signed with Orabesh, and I was able to tell you what it means. I don't want to embarrass myself by admitting that I don't remember another one. Construction site probably, or something like that. Keep out, I think that sign, the yellow one, was keep out. Very generic. But it's nice that it's written in Orabesh. Holy crap, really? I'm going that way? It would be interesting to learn from you in a comment after you watch the video that there is a much shorter and easier way. Something more direct as an access. I don't see it on the map, and whoa. I didn't pay too much attention to see if there is actually I don't know, a tunnel or something that allows you to sneak through it, but I went the long route. Oh, more Orabesh. I don't think I've ever seen that one, or at least I don't remember it. Because of that, I have no clue what it means. Even more signs. Damn it. So many good old memories flushing out right now. Memories from the days when I used to spend 12+ hours every single day playing the game and experiencing something new every second of my gameplay time. I wonder if I was starting Star Wars The Old Republic today, how would I feel? Because the game is now 6 years old, and most of the players are much more advanced than me. Most of them know what they're doing, they know their classes, they know the content, they want to rush through the content for the most part. And I'm mentioning this because of low-level flashpoints and heroics as well. Nobody cares about the story. Nobody anymore goes to pick up the heroic from the NPC that's waiting there to tell you their story and why you have to do that heroic mission for them. Oh.
Okay.
See, because I've removed Missile Blast completely from any attempts of using it, as I should have a long time ago, it's not part of the arsenal rotation. My heat management is so much better now. And we've almost arrived at the tunnels, where we're about to encounter the so-called vermins. You remember how they look? Like big mice? Very cool and cute looking, actually. I have to admit that with the graphics of the engine of the game, they made them look so very nice. Look at this. Let me actually come close to one. Look at that. Without too many pixels, they look really cool. It's a long. What's interesting is this is level 48 to 50 content, and I'm not level synced anymore. Things are getting slow because of that. Look at this, wow. Barely took half of their HP. Well, I killed one of them, but that's probably lucky crits. It'd be good to just go and buy some mods for the last part. I'm thinking there should be one more video, yeah. I don't want to rush the last part of the game, which is also the, well, not the, but one of the most interesting moments of the Bounty Hunter story. The ending, of course. It doesn't even come close to the end of the Agent, and especially the end of the Sith Warrior, but hey, it's a good one. And I don't really need to kill everything, do I? I can just attempt to avoid some of these groups. Whoop, I can avoid this one as well. Can I use a speeder? No. No mounts allowed. I'm inside, okay, I admit. I don't know if whatever the hell this is, the Undercity sewers. It's a little bit too big for sewers, even for Corellia. And this is the Bounty Hunter phase. We're entering an instance of personal space. The bad side when you're in an instance is that the mobs, generally, I believe in 100% of the cases, but maybe just one or two random exceptions, they don't give up on chasing you. Once you aggro them, you have to kill them. Damn it! I was to tell you that you're supposed to take out the last ability of your healing companions. It's called differently for every companion, of course. For Mako, it's the electrostasis, and it's really slowing her down. Because she... Well, sometimes maybe you would want her to do that, but for the most part, you don't really need CC from your companion while story leveling. That's a tough one. So my three targets are conveniently located just next to each other. That's the master then. How do I capture that one again? Ah, look at this. Oh. Will it follow me now? You gave up so easily. You've got backup right here, damn it. Scream! Look at this. Oh, it's not very realistic, but then again, that's sci-fi. Is it following? No. But it doesn't really matter. It's not supposed to follow me. The quest has updated. Whoops, I forgot the other one is actually here. Oh, I'm gonna have to kill you.
Try to be more careful.
Why am I kiting? It's not like they're hurting me. Silly old habits.
We'll talk later.
Play a range
okay?
class, you have to kite. Oops. Got a little bit distracted. So what would you say they look like? It's not mouse. More like, I don't know, squirrel. And I've got the bonus quest that I could complete with 11 more kills, but I don't want to bother with it. Maybe that's why I'm not 56 yet, because I'm not completing the bonus missions. And there is the third one. Nothing else guarding it or preventing me from picking it up. You're mine! I left the young one for last. Well, obviously the game wanted me to. Last one. Move to the ambush point, which is... okay. At the entrance.
Try to be more careful.
It would have been fun or more fun if these guys were actually following me and the other ones would try to kill me and kill them because they know that once the Empire captures you, it's a very high chance that you are going to tell them what they need. So it's better to just... Oh wait, I'm diving a little bit too much in real history. Whoops. Oh damn. Can I go around you? Nice. I avoided that push. Oops. Really? Okay, cutscene time.
I hear you're quite the fighter. Let's settle this personally. Winner take all.
This isn't our proudest moment.
They're only here to get your attention.
Yeah, it would be slow if I actually let them kill me.
It's out of your hands now. Sleep tight.
Back to Dark Torment then. Teleport to the tram. Then take it to Axial Park, I guess. Right? Yeah, it's Axial Park next. We're going to leave that for the next video, which I'll do the last one, regardless of how long it has to be. That will be the last video of the series. Well, look at it. It took me less than 2 hours to complete it. Well, to record it, then there is a lot of editing process before you actually see the real video completed. See you guys on the next one.